Folks, I just recorded this video and realized that my mic was muted the whole time. So let's try this again. I don't know about you, but I have been hooked on TCG Pocket. Ever since it came out a couple of weeks ago, at least I think it was weeks, I don't know, I've started measuring time in pack hourglasses. Ever since it came out, I have been playing it a lot. I'm not like a huge TCG player, but I did used to go to like my local events and stuff in like the Gen 7 era of Pokemon. I think I stopped doing as much right when COVID hit. They were doing like the tag team GX stuff at the time, but that's about when I hopped off of the TCG train. But ever since TCG Pocket has come out, I've been playing it a lot. Especially battles. I've had a lot of fun with it. I've got these standard decks like the Moltres Charizard, the Pikachu EX, the Mewtwo Gardevoir, all that standard stuff. But lately I've been playing a couple of decks that are a little less standard that I've been having more fun with. So to start with, I wanted to show off the Venusaur decks that I've been using. I have two different variations of this deck, one of which uses Butterfree in order to use Powder Heal from the bench to do some passive healing on Venusaur and help keep it alive. It is a very thick boy with a lot of HP, and having that healing support really helps it stay alive. And I also have a version of the deck that uses Lilligant to accelerate energy onto a Ivysaur, Venusaur, you know, as you build it on the bench. But I've for sure seen a lot of people using the Lilligant setup. I tend to use the Butterfree one a little more. I think it's nice to have that extra little bit of healing, because with the combined healing of a passive Butterfree, an Erica, 2 potions, and a Giant Bloom healing 30 to yourself, you're able to heal 140 damage in a single turn. So that means that if your Venusaur gets brought all the way down to 50 HP by, you know, whatever, if it's out there tanking attacks while it gets energy set up or whatever, you're able to recover to full health from 50 HP on a 190 HP Pokemon. So it's pretty great. So we're running the Caterpie mirror match here, so let's see what they're cooking. They may also be running a Venusaur deck. We're gonna find out in a second here. So what do you got? You got another Pokeball, that's what you got. And a Professor. They're going through the whole deck. Okay. They're also running Venusaur. So this is gonna be interesting. This is a Venusaur Butterfree mirror match. Incredible. Just great stuff. So let's get our Bulbasaur on the bench here, and what I'm going to do is I am going to go for Find a Friend first. I'm going to see if I can get my stuff up and running before they can. I'm going to hold on to the Sabrina for now. Okay, Metapod's good. That way I can get my Butterfree set up in a couple of turns. Good stuff. They've got an Ivysaur ready to go. We do not. They're ahead of us in that regard. They did not put an energy onto it though, so in that sense we are a little bit ahead. They are also running Caterpie Butterfree setup, so they're not going to have a Lilligant in order to accelerate energy onto their Bulbasaur that they're building. So we're gonna go ahead and throw that out there. Why don't we slow down their momentum a little bit? Let's make it so it's gonna cost them some resources if they want to get that Caterpie in to do another Find a Friend, and we're gonna go ahead and end our turn. We don't have our own Ivysaur, but we do have a energy on our Bulbasaur, which is something they don't have, and we do have a Venusaur in our hand, which, you know, we don't know. Okay, they did have that. Either way, not much of a threat without any energy on it. Let's see. Let's see what they're cooking here. Now that we've got our own Ivysaur and we can put a Butterfree out here, we are in a pretty advantageous position. Go ahead and end our turn there, and then next turn, as long as we don't get red carded, we'll have our Venusaur up. That's nice, honey. So we're gonna be attacking first. And as far as I can tell, we're going to get our Butterfree up first, but it does appear that they're looking to build 2 on the bench. I only run 1 copy in mine. So they are going to have the advantage when it comes to healing. That said, we're looking like we're in pretty good shape here. Once we retreat out this Butterfree, we can start attacking with our Venusaur with Razor Leaf. Not quite at full damage yet, but putting a nice 60 on their Venusaur. They're gonna... Who knows, we could apply some pressure. Maybe they'll feel obligated to use an Erica or some potions to put some health back on that. So they do have their Butterfree up, so they do have the Powder Heal. That is going to eventually present a problem. Ours did get up first. They are keeping their Venusaur that they're building in the back here to keep it safe from us. We are ready to go with Giant Bloom, though. It has not touched us with any damage. We'll put a nice 100 on here. Even with that Powder Heal, the max that can get brought back up to is 70, which means that next turn, if they don't get this Venusaur out of here, they are going to get hit with a Giant Bloom and give me 2 of my points. I will let you take this Bulbasaur, just so I can keep my Butterfree alive, because I'm not prepared to give that up yet. I probably could have put my Butterfree in. It does have 120 HP, which is pretty impressive. But I just want to keep my momentum here. Ideally, they get a nice clean kill on Bulbasaur, so I can just come right back in without allocating any energy to that. No way no way. I'm impressed. I'm impressed that they had both potions in their hand. That's the incredible part about this. And they actually did not attack my Bulbasaur. I do not have any more basic Pokemon in the deck, so I'm just throwing that out, getting that out of my hand. This energy doesn't have anywhere better to go, for the most part. Now, if I had not played that Oak, I would have the opportunity to get my Giovanni this turn. That's okay, though. If I were able to play Giovanni there, I would have been able to do 110 and pick up the kill on that Venusaur, which would have been great. I kind of wish I had examined that situation a little more, but that's okay. Okay, so we've got a potion. We've got both Ericas in our hand. We are, all things considered, in pretty good shape. There's an Ivysaur somewhere in there that we're gonna eventually pick up. But right now, let's go ahead and... I really wish I had a Sabrina right now. It would be nice to force a switch, but that's okay. They're putting a lot of faith in their ability to out-heal me with their Butterfrees. And once I've used up my Ericas and my potion, they can in fact out-heal me. Because they've got 2 Butterfrees and I've got 1. But they're completely out of resources. They don't have any cards left in their deck. Which means we know that they don't have any potions. They don't have any Ericas. They're going to be fully dependent on the 40 HP that they can heal each turn from that. We, however, have things like Erica. So we're able to heal that. We'll do a potion this turn as well. So that way when we Giant Bloom here, this brings us up to full health and brings them down to 90. They're going to be able to straight up instantly heal back up to, what, like 130? And then depending on what card they have in their hand, which I actually don't know if that's something they can even use. I don't know what card they have in their hand. Either way, I think that we still manage to out-heal them. So I've just got the X speed. I could just... I'm gonna use my Erica again. And then Butterfree for the powder heal again. And I know there's an Ivysaur in there, so that's nice. I'll be able to get a second Venusaur EX up. I think that I straight up just win this war of attrition, but I feel like they're hanging in there for the long haul. However, their Butterfrees are gonna be able to only bring this up to 100, then the Giant Bloom's gonna bring it to 130. So in 2 turns, I should be able to win. I'm seeing if they've done that math as well, because I think they're pretty smart. I think that they've figured that out. I think they did the math. I think that they have a plan. Whatever this card is, that card is the plan. They're looking for the right time. Let's see, if I'm them, that's either a Sabrina, a Giovanni, or they're holding on to an Erica, which would be pretty impressive, I'll admit. If they were holding on to an Erica for just the right moment, I would be pretty impressed. I'm going to play our Giovanni this turn. We don't really need the extra damage, I don't think, but just to be safe, we'll do that. We'll bring our health up to 160. The next turn, they're going to bring us to 60, and we're going to be able to kill them. And our opponent is about to realize that. Oh, what's the play here? The play here is to try to heal the Venusaur on the bench and use the Butterfree's bulk to outpace me. Interesting. The Sabrina there is diabolical, I will say. That's cool though. We'll take that 60 right on the chin. We'll also continue to build this other Ivysaur over here. Go ahead and retreat for free. Back out to our Venusaur. They have played all their cards now. I was right about that being a Sabrina. I had my suspicions. And I will go ahead and powder heal here. I don't think that they were expecting me to have the X speed. So they definitely just played their Sabrina for nothing. Very smart move putting the Butterfree out front to heal the Venusaur on the bench though. The problem with that is they're about to be left with one Butterfree. I mean, they could retreat out to it and buy themselves some time, but we'll see. It was actually a really smart play by them. Okay, yeah, no, they're stalling me to the max. They are using every bit of their resources to stall me out. Okay, I mean, that's honestly pretty good. I can't even be mad at that at this point. Like, they're just playing well. Yeah, I mean, they're able to do a lot of healing. They're ready to bring their Venusaur back out. Okay, this is cool. We may be stuck in a stalemate forever. This may go on forever. Did that say the 26th turn? Is that allowed? I have not seen a match go this long so far. Turn 27. The numbers are red now. I don't know if it ends at turn 30, but if it does, I'm wondering what that's based off of. Do they pick a winner or is it a tie? I mean, this really illustrates how good of a deck this is, though. The Venusaur Butterfree, and just how much it can heal every turn. Even with one Butterfree, I've been sitting here stalling them out with it. So that really just goes to show... whatever, I'll put a grass energy there. That really just goes to show the bulk of Venusaur and how good it is. Turn 29. They're retreating into their Butterfree. This is... I did not know that it had this much stall potential. I'm learning here. I am learning something new today. Turn 30, I haven't been able to draw a card in like 15 turns. We're just going bar for bar with Venusaur. What happens now? Battle's over because the turn limit has been reached. It's a tie. You know what? I think that we both win. Because we have used a very pog deck. That was pretty sick. I'm gonna send them a friend request. Well, that's the Venusaur Butterfree deck. The other variant of it is the Lilligant deck, which I'm now not going to show because I just had that incredibly long match with the Butterfrees. I'm gonna move on now to the other deck, and one that I've been enjoying a bit more, I would say. And that's Dragonite. I've been playing so much Dragonite. I think that it's probably the most fun deck out there right now. I have a few variations of it. I mostly use the Wigglytuff one. I find that it's the most consistent, but if I want to get a little bit more gambly with it, I do have one that leads Articuno and also standard Lapras, not Lapras EX. Because if you get a good Misty flip on this Lapras here, you can do a lot of damage. You can do 90 damage turn 1 if you get a good Misty there. So that's a fun one to play. I've also got Greninja, so I can do some Water Shurikens, do 20 damage to them on the bench. That helps me get things into the range where if they get hit by a single Draco Meteor roll, which does 50 each, that can kill them. Because there's a lot of things that are like 60, 70 HP that maybe just need that extra little chip damage to be put in the range to be taken out by that. So the Greninja one's pretty good. I also have one that uses the Butterfree to heal. I don't run any grass energy in the deck. The Butterfree is purely there to heal from the bench, because Dragonite does have some respectable bulk too. It's got 160 HP. Pretty crazy for a non-EX Pokemon. Right, and I'm hoping that I can find a good match to show off Dragonite. All of the ones that I've played about 10 matches since the last part of this take, but all of them have ended pretty quickly. they've either been a quick win or a quick loss. So I'm hoping to find a nice... Actually, this does look like a pretty good starting hand to have a little something to show you. We're looking at Tentacruel Greninja. That is interesting. We do have a Dragonair that we pulled first turn. Let's see, we get a Jigglypuff, okay. And we'll throw that on the bench for now. We'll get a Professor's Research. Hopefully we can get an X Speed. Perfect. To get 2 X Speeds. Sure, why not? I am Speed. Go ahead and retreat to the bench. Leave Jiggles out front to tank the upcoming attacks, so we could start building our Dratini on the bench. I do have my Dragonair in hand, as well as the Wigglytuff EX, so I'm going to be able to evolve both of them next turn. Putting a lot more bulk on our side right off the bat. I'm going to start powering up the Dragonair ASAP. That's fine. Switch me out. I don't really care. I am just gonna Sabrina you right back, I think. I'm feeling petty like that. So I'm going to evolve my Dragonair, throw an energy on it. We're gonna X speed right back out. And we are going to evolve our Jiggles here. We're also going to put Dragonair right back up to full health. So we have no cards in our hand. We have played everything that we can this turn. I'm going to go ahead and end it. We also do have a Lightning Energy coming up, which is perfect. So we will have both types represented on our Dragonair, which is necessary. Sometimes it can be a bit of a problem when you're pulling nothing but one or the other type of energy, and you need at least one of each. Another Dragonair, not going to do us much good this turn, so we're just going to go ahead and attach an energy and end it. They are getting their Frogadier set up, which is concerning. If they have the Greninja in their hand, they're going to be able to start hitting anything that they want for 20 damage each turn. And that's going to be the Dragonair. I stand corrected. They were looking to put Wigglytuff in kill range, it would appear. They do fall a little bit short. A Water Shuriken is not going to be capable of killing Wigglytuff on its own. I'm going to go ahead and attach another energy here, and we really just have to hope that next turn we are pulling something. We need to either pull a Dragonite or we need to pull a Professor in order to find our Dragonite. So we've got a 3 in 8 chance of pulling a card that we need. And we just have to hope that we can get a Dragonite up this turn. Otherwise, this is going to be looking like a loss. If not, though... Check this shit out. Y'all ever heard of Draco Meteor? Let's go gambling. Magnificent. We got a dead Tentacool on the bench. We got a point on the board. We got a Froakie at 10 HP. Things are looking good for us. Ideally, we're going to want another... Okay. Ideally, we're going to want another Dratini to build on the bench here. But I think that this one Dragonite might be able to do it this turn. It literally is a gamble. Giovanni doesn't actually help us, but I feel like spiritually, maybe his vibes would help us. Let's try to kill this stuff with Draco Meteor, though. Does 110 to the Greninja, kills the Froakie on the bench, and brings in a win. Absolutely beautiful. That is not bad at all, and that's kind of the spirit of the Dragonite deck. It is really just clicking Draco Meteor and let's go gambling. you just gotta hope that the damage is put in the right places, and sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't, but that time it was. And it feels good when it does. It's like gambling. So that was the Dragonite deck. I'm not going to bother showing off the variants of it because you kind of get the concept, right? You know how the Misty decks work. You just saw how having Greninja on the bench works, and you know how having Butterfree alongside it works. So besides the Dragonite Wigglytuff, the other thing that I wanted to check out was this pretty cool Primeape deck, which only recently became a thing, and you may have seen it by now because it is somewhat used. Basically, the concept of this deck is using the Mankey out of the promo cards from the Lapras EX event, because they have a different attack that synergizes really well with the Primeape card. So Mankey has an attack that hits for 30 damage, and it hits itself for 10. And it only takes 1 energy, which is great, really quick to get up and go. And the reason that this is so good is because putting that 10 damage on yourself sets yourself up for when you're a Primeape. Because Primeape has an attack called Fight Back that does 40 damage, but if you have damage on yourself, it will do 60 more, making it 100 damage for 2 fighting energy, which is huge. So there's the Reckless Charge. I should have just Giovanni'd and killed that Ekans. I don't know what I was thinking. But I put the 10 damage on myself, which means that when I evolve into Marowak, so I was looking at my Marowak, when I evolve into Primeape, I will be able to output pretty crazy damage very cheaply. So they're going to go ahead and heal their Arbok on the bench. It doesn't really matter though, it is dark, so it is weak to me. Oh, Pidgeotto is able to pick up a kill here on me. I did not think that the one card that they had in their hand would be Giovanni. Let me get another Mankey out here, see if I can show you how it's done. So let me go ahead and evolve my Cubone into Marowak there, grab the Professor's Research, so I can get a Primeape. So let's put 1 energy back on. I'll do the Reckless Charge to do the 30 damage to Pidgeotto here. And then we're set up with 10 damage on ourselves for the next turn, which when we evolve into Primeape and attach another fighting energy, means that we could output 100 damage pretty easily, very consistently. So they only have 1 card in their hand. I'm assuming, based on how long their turn is taking, it's not the card they wanted. So they may be in a position where they're not going to have anything that can deal with this Mankey. Or rather, the Primeape. So we are brought down to 10 HP. Perfectly cool. I'm going to go ahead and throw this potion down. We still have damage on ourselves, just not quite as much. It's kind of a little risky game that you have to play if you want to get the kind of output from a... Sorry, let me switch in this Arbok. If you want to get the kind of output that you want from Primeape, we're going to go ahead and do Fight Back. That's going to hit for 110 on this... Sorry, 120 on this Arbok, since it is a Dark-type card. And they are going to bring Pidgeotto in, and if they don't pull Pidgeot, I can assume that they are going to concede. Yeah. So, the entire appeal of the Mankey deck is to get big damage up quickly. That deck really does not need a whole lot of looking at. I'm pretty sure you get the concept from how that went. It is basically get your stuff set up a lot faster than the opponent can and take them out before they have the HP to deal with that. Getting 100 damage out on like turn 2 or 3 is super big. And and there's not a lot of things that can deal with that, short of like if they opened up with an EX, and even then, odds are they don't have the ability to attach enough energy to it in time to kill you. And apparently there was my 100th versus battle in there. Neat. So those are the 3 decks that I wanted to look at today. If you made it to the end of the video, you get the reward of watching me rip a pack and probably get nothing. I am currently trying to pull a Hypno. Ooh, this one's bent. I'm currently trying to pull Hypno so I can build that deck. There's a deck that has Hypno on the bench that's pretty good. Nice, Nidoqueen. Anyway, those are the decks that I'm playing right now in November of 2024. If you like any of them, I will put deck lists in the description. I think that there's like a site to build like a visual for it. I'll get on top of it, dude. It'll probably be overlaid directly over my face right now. But if you like any of those decks, feel free to use them. If you get some juicy wins with them, feel free to let me know in the comments. And if you are running anything like interesting, like anti-meta, some cool stuff. I know I saw a pretty sweet Alakazam deck earlier. I would love to hear if anyone has gotten into that. But for now, that's it. I think that I kind of like this format of video. I really don't typically go unscripted. I'm more of a play a game and then write a script about it kind of guy, but I do kind of like the feeling of just doing the damn thing. So let me know if this is something that you voice crack. Let me know if this is something that you enjoy, and maybe I'll do more of it. Until next time, I've been Haunted, and I'll see you later. Bye.